Have you ever wondered why, despite eating what you think is healthy food, taking your medications regularly, and trying to stay active, you still feel short of breath when climbing stairs? Why does your chest feel tight sometimes, even when you're just sitting and watching television? Why do you wake up feeling tired, even after a full night of sleep? As a cardiologist with over 25 years of experience treating patients over 65, I have seen thousands of people who thought they were taking good care of their hearts, but were actually making critical mistakes every single day. Mistakes that were slowly and silently damaging their cardiovascular system without them even knowing it. What I am about to share with you today will probably shock you, just like it shocked me when I first discovered these patterns in my patients. These are not the obvious mistakes like smoking or eating fast food every day. These are subtle, hidden mistakes that millions of seniors make every day, thinking they are helping their heart when they are actually hurting it. The most frightening part is that these mistakes do not cause immediate pain or obvious symptoms. They work slowly, gradually weakening your heart muscle, hardening your arteries, and increasing your risk of heart attack and stroke. By the time you notice the symptoms, significant damage may have already been done. But here is what gives me hope, and what should give you hope too. Once you understand these 5 critical mistakes, once you know what to look for and how to avoid them, you can start protecting your heart immediately. You can begin reversing some of the damage that may have already occurred. You can significantly reduce your risk of heart problems and start feeling stronger and more energetic than you have in years. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 most dangerous mistakes that are silently damaging hearts across America, especially in people over 65. These are mistakes that I see in my office every single day, mistakes that are completely preventable, but that most people have no idea they are making. You see, the traditional advice about heart health that most people follow is outdated and incomplete. The guidelines that were created decades ago do not account for the unique challenges that our bodies face as we age. They do not consider how medications interact with certain foods. They do not address how our metabolism changes after 65, or how our circulation becomes more sensitive to certain substances. What most people do not realize is that some foods that are promoted as heart healthy can actually increase inflammation in aging arteries. Some exercises that are recommended for younger people can actually strain an older heart. Some supplements that are marketed as beneficial can interfere with prescription medications in dangerous ways. But the medical community rarely talks about these age-specific risks. Most doctors are too busy to explain the nuances of heart health for seniors. Most health websites give generic advice that does not account for the unique needs of people over 65. That is why I decided to create this video. I want to share with you the specific, practical information that can help protect your heart as you age. I want to give you the tools to make informed decisions about your cardiovascular health. Most importantly, I want to help you avoid the 5 critical mistakes that could be silently damaging your heart right now. Before we dive into these 5 life-saving discoveries, I need to know that you are taking this seriously. If you are concerned about your heart health, if you want to learn the truth about what really protects your cardiovascular system as you age, type the number 1 in the comments below. If you have ever experienced unexplained fatigue, shortness of breath, or chest discomfort, type 1. If you are ready to learn information that could potentially save your life, type 1. Your engagement helps me know that this information is reaching the people who need it most. And please, if this video provides you with valuable information today, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We are dedicated to sharing life-saving health information specifically for people over 65, and your support helps us reach more people who desperately need this knowledge. Make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss our latest heart health discoveries. Now let us begin with the first mistake that is putting your heart at serious risk. This might be the most surprising mistake on our list today, because almost everyone believes that drinking plenty of water is good for your heart. And in general, staying hydrated is important for cardiovascular health. But here is what most people over 65 do not know. Drinking large amounts of water during meals can actually strain your heart and interfere with proper digestion in ways that increase your cardiovascular risk. When you drink excessive amounts of water while eating, several dangerous things happen in your body. First, you dilute your stomach acid, which is essential for breaking down proteins and absorbing nutrients that your heart needs to stay strong. When your stomach acid is too weak, you cannot properly absorb magnesium, potassium, and other minerals that are crucial for maintaining healthy heart rhythm and blood pressure. Second, drinking too much water with meals causes your stomach to expand significantly. This expanded stomach pushes against your diaphragm, which can compress your heart and lungs. For people over 65, whose organs are already working harder due to age-related changes, this extra pressure can cause irregular heartbeats, shortness of breath, and chest discomfort. Third, and this is particularly dangerous for seniors, excessive water intake during meals can cause a condition called hyponatremia, where your blood sodium levels become dangerously low. This condition is especially risky for people taking certain blood pressure medications, diuretics, or heart medications. Low sodium levels can cause dangerous changes in heart rhythm and can even lead to heart failure in severe cases. I have seen patients in my office who were experiencing heart palpitations, dizziness, and chest pain, and when we investigated their daily habits, we discovered they were drinking 3 or 4 large glasses of water with every meal, thinking they were helping their heart health. Once they reduced their water intake during meals and spread their hydration throughout the day, their symptoms improved dramatically. The correct approach is to drink most of your water between meals, not during them. Have a small sip of water if you need to take medications with food, but avoid drinking large amounts while eating. This simple change can reduce strain on your heart, improve nutrient absorption, and help prevent dangerous electrolyte imbalances. Vitamin D has been heavily promoted as a heart-healthy supplement, and many people over 65 take high doses thinking more is better. But what most people do not realize is that excessive vitamin D supplementation can actually cause serious heart problems, especially in seniors whose bodies process vitamins differently than younger people. When you take too much vitamin D, your body absorbs excessive amounts of calcium from your food and supplements. This excess calcium does not just strengthen your bones, it can also accumulate in your arteries, causing them to harden and narrow. This process, called arterial calcification, is one of the leading causes of heart attacks and strokes in people over 65. The problem is that many seniors are taking vitamin D supplements without having their blood levels tested. They assume that because vitamin D is natural and promoted as healthy, they can take large doses without risk. But vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it accumulates in your body over time. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that your body can easily eliminate, excess vitamin D stays in your system and can reach toxic levels. I have treated patients who developed dangerous heart arrhythmias, kidney stones, and severe muscle weakness because they were taking too much vitamin D. One patient was taking 10,000 international units daily because she read online that high doses would protect her heart. Instead, she developed calcification in her coronary arteries that required emergency treatment. The symptoms of vitamin D toxicity can be subtle at first: fatigue, muscle aches, and mild nausea. But as calcium levels in your blood increase, you may experience more serious symptoms like irregular heartbeat, chest pain, confusion, and difficulty breathing. By the time these symptoms appear, significant damage may have already occurred to your cardiovascular system. The safe approach is to have your vitamin D blood level tested before starting supplementation, and then, Work with your doctor to determine the right dose for your individual needs. Most people over 65 need between 800 to 2,000 international units daily, not the mega doses that are often promoted online. This mistake involves foods that are genuinely good for your heart, but become problematic when eaten at the wrong time, especially for people over 65 whose metabolism and digestive systems work differently than they did when they were younger. Many seniors eat their largest, most nutritious meal in the evening, thinking they are ending their day with heart-healthy choices. They consume foods like salmon, nuts, avocados, and olive oil for dinner, believing these healthy fats will benefit their cardiovascular system. But eating large amounts of fat in the evening can actually strain your heart while you sleep. When you eat high-fat foods late in the day, your body has to work much harder to digest them while you are lying down. This increases the workload on your heart at a time when it should be resting and recovering. Your heart rate and blood pressure can remain elevated for hours after eating, preventing you from getting the restorative sleep that your cardiovascular system needs. Additionally, lying down after eating fatty foods can cause acid reflux, which many people do not realize can trigger heart problems. The vagus nerve, which controls both digestion and heart rate, can be stimulated by stomach acid reaching the esophagus. This can cause irregular heartbeats, chest pain that mimics a heart attack, and difficulty breathing. For people over 65, this problem is compounded by the fact that our digestive systems naturally slow down with age. Foods that we could easily digest in the evening when we were younger now sit in our stomachs for hours, creating ongoing stress on our cardiovascular system. The solution is to eat your heart-healthy fats earlier in the day, when your metabolism is more active and your body can process them more efficiently. Have your salmon, nuts, and avocados for breakfast or lunch, and keep your evening meals lighter and easier to digest. This simple timing change can significantly reduce strain on your heart and improve your sleep quality. Many people over 65 have been told to reduce their sodium intake to protect their heart and blood pressure. This is generally good advice, but the mistake comes in what people choose as salt substitutes. Many seniors switch to potassium-based salt substitutes without realizing that these can be extremely dangerous when combined with common heart medications. Potassium chloride salt substitutes are widely available in grocery stores and are often recommended as heart-healthy alternatives to regular salt. But if you are taking ACE inhibitors, ARBs, angiotensin receptor blockers, or potassium-sparing diuretics, which are among the most commonly prescribed heart medications for seniors, adding extra potassium to your diet can cause dangerously high potassium levels in your blood. Hyperkalemia, or high blood potassium, can cause life-threatening heart rhythm abnormalities. The symptoms can be subtle at first: muscle weakness, tingling in your hands and feet, and mild nausea. But as potassium levels continue to rise, you can develop severe heart arrhythmias that can be fatal. I have had patients arrive in the emergency room with dangerous heart rhythms because they were using potassium-based salt substitutes while taking medications that already increase their potassium levels. One patient had been using a popular salt substitute for just 2 weeks when she developed such severe heart rhythm problems that she needed emergency treatment to stabilize her condition. The problem is that many people do not tell their doctors about over-the-counter products like salt substitutes. They assume these products are safe because they are sold without a prescription, but the interaction between potassium supplements and heart medications can be deadly. The safer approach is to reduce your overall salt intake by using herbs, spices, lemon juice, and vinegar to flavor your food instead of relying on salt substitutes. If you do want to use a salt replacement, check with your doctor first, especially if you are taking any heart or blood pressure medications. The final mistake is one that many active seniors make because they are trying to stay healthy and protect their hearts through exercise. This is admirable, but the mistake lies in not adjusting their exercise routine for their age-related cardiovascular changes. As we age, our hearts need more time to adjust to increased activity levels. The same warm-up routine that was adequate when you were 40 or 50 may be completely insufficient when you are over 65. Jumping into exercise too quickly can cause dangerous spikes in blood pressure and heart rate that can trigger heart attacks or strokes. Many seniors follow exercise videos or programs designed for younger people, not realizing that their cardiovascular system needs a much more gradual transition from rest to activity. I have treated patients who suffered heart attacks while exercising because they did not give their hearts enough time to adjust to the increased workload. The aging heart also becomes more sensitive to sudden changes in position and activity level. Standing up quickly and immediately starting to exercise can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure, leading to falls and injuries. The blood vessels in older adults are less flexible and cannot adapt as quickly to changes in blood flow demands. Additionally, many seniors exercise in the morning without considering that their risk of heart attack is highest in the first few hours after waking up. This is when blood pressure and heart rate naturally surge, and adding intense exercise to this already stressful time can be dangerous. The safe approach is to extend your warm-up period to at least 10 to 15 minutes, gradually increasing your heart rate and allowing your cardiovascular system to adjust slowly. Start with gentle movements, progress to light activity, and only then move to more vigorous exercise. This gradual approach can dramatically reduce your risk of exercise-related heart problems. Now that you understand these 5 critical mistakes, let me share with you the positive steps you can take to protect and strengthen your heart as you age. These are not complicated changes, but they can have a profound impact on your cardiovascular health. First, develop a proper hydration schedule that supports your heart without straining your digestive system. Drink a large glass of water when you wake up to help your cardiovascular system start the day properly. Then sip water throughout the morning and afternoon, but reduce your intake 2 hours before meals and avoid drinking large amounts while eating. Second, if you are taking vitamin D supplements, ask your doctor to test your blood levels and adjust your dosage accordingly. The goal is to maintain optimal levels without reaching toxic ranges. Most people over 65 benefit from moderate doses taken with a meal that contains some fat to improve absorption. Third, restructure your eating schedule to support your natural circadian rhythms and cardiovascular health. Eat your largest, most nutritious meal in the morning or early afternoon when your metabolism is most active. Include heart-healthy foods like oily fish, nuts, seeds, and avocados earlier in the day, and keep your evening meals light and easy to digest. Fourth, work with your doctor to review all your medications and supplements, including over-the-counter products like salt substitutes. Make sure your healthcare provider knows about everything you are taking so they can identify potential interactions that could affect your heart health. Finally, develop an age-appropriate exercise routine that includes adequate warm-up and cool-down periods. Consider working with a fitness professional who has experience training seniors to ensure your exercise program supports your cardiovascular health without putting unnecessary strain on your aging heart. Your heart has been beating faithfully for you for over 65 years. It has carried you through countless experiences, challenges, and joys. Now it is your turn to take care of it with the knowledge and wisdom that comes with age and experience. The 5 mistakes we discussed today are completely preventable. You now have the information you need to protect your heart and potentially add years of healthy, active life to your future. Small changes in your daily routine can have enormous benefits for your cardiovascular health. Remember, it is never too late to start taking better care of your heart. Even if you have been making some of these mistakes for years, your body has an amazing ability to heal and strengthen when you give it the right support. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 5 mistakes surprised you the most? Have you been making any of these errors without realizing their potential impact on your heart health? Your experience could help other viewers protect their cardiovascular health. If this video has opened your eyes to important information about heart health, please share it with your friends and family members who are also over 65. This information could literally save lives. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest discoveries about healthy aging. We are committed to providing you with accurate, practical health information that can help you live your best life at any age. Take care of your heart, and your heart will take care of you. Until next time, stay healthy and stay informed.